I know, right? Consistency. Yes, I am getting consistent, and I could not wait to show y'all this hair. And first, just press the button down there. Down there. Yeah, down there. And subscribe, because if you're watching, that must mean you like what you see. So, yeah, subscribe. I know it's been a minute since I've done a review in regards to hair. I see beauty. I'm not getting no codes, none of that. Like, I'm just doing it because I actually like the hair. I custom made this unit for myself. I have to say that this hair is amazing. Like, this is how it falls on me. This is how fluffy it is. Of course, it's I washed it, because I'm gonna give you the rundown about this hair. So I ordered it like right when we went into quarantine, and I'm like, oh my God, this is coming from China. I'm a little scared. So when I got it, it came here like really, really quick, like faster than I thought. I thought that it would get caught up in customs or something like that, but it came like next week. I ordered it maybe Friday and got it like Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. Hair is everything, and I've actually had this hair before. I will insert a clip, which is not a good picture, but you get the gist of it. I loved this hair the first time I had it, and I really couldn't remember what length I had last time, which I could have went back to look at that. But this time, and I did more of a natural type of thing because my hair was natural and I thought it would blend properly, which it did. It did blend and it did work out, but I would more so prefer for me to have a closure. So that's why I got a closure this time. So as you can see, this is a 4x4 closure Mongolian hair and deep curly. So I have this in an 18-inch. The closure is in an 18-inch, and the bundles, I have 4 bundles in at 22 inches each bundle. So I pretty much paid, well, I'll get to the total. So I'm going to be inserting some clips and kind of giving you more information on how I installed the hair, or how I created my custom wig for my head. And y'all know with quarantine, they've closed down the beauty supply stores. So I did what I could with what I had. I searched high and low. People were telling me that there were drive-throughs and stuff like that. I ordered the caps that I needed offline from the store in Philadelphia. It never came. Like, it was just too much. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm about to get what I have, and I'm about to make it work, because, hey, your girl has had to make it work before, so that ain't nothing new. I'm gonna be putting in like a time lapse of me creating this wig. It's not gonna be an in-depth video of me, you know, how to create a wig type thing, but it will be like a time lapse. So that's the bag the hair came in. This is the cap that I had to use. I know it's not the proper cap, but I actually liked using it in the end. And that's the little pamphlet. It comes with some lashes. That is the hair, and they all look like that. And that's the closure, the 4x4 closure. Now I'm going to go in and bleach those knots. As you can see, there are little dots on the lace. So that's what you want to get rid of. So now I'm just going in and installing the closure first, of course. And I normally don't draw guidelines, but for the purpose of this video, I went ahead and did that. It actually is a nice guide and a nice technique if you're a starter, but I actually didn't really use it. As you can see, I used it a little bit, but I started to sew the tracks in between the lines because I wanted to be a little bit more full in some areas, like the back and a little bit up top. But the guidelines are really good if you're a starter. So now I'm just showing you that after every bundle, I put the wig on to see how everything is fitting. That's only because I'm using a bigger cap and my dome head is big, and that's because I have a big ass head. So when I make wigs, I want to make sure that the head is a little bit larger, because when you're making wigs, the cap or whatever type of cap, it could be netted, whatever you tend to use gets smaller when you're sewing, because when you're putting that thread in the cap, it's grabbing the cap and making it smaller. And the thing I like about this cap is that it's elastic, so it gives you a little bit more stretch room. So that was a good thing about this cap. The dome head that I have right now is from Amazon, and like I said, I got it bigger than my head, which is big. So I think it's a 24-inch, but I'll link it in the description below as well. I really love this head because the cap or the size of the wig came out perfectly, like perfectly for my head. Now I am letting you guys see that I put 2 tracks on both sides of the closure, so that when you pull your hair back, or if your hair flies back, you can see hair and not tracks. As you can see, I'm showing that to you right now, and that's versus the other side where you can see the tracks. So I sew a track underneath there, so when it blows back, you can't see it. Now I'm going in with my powder lightener and my 40 volume developer, mixing that up real good to make sure it is like a toothpaste consistency, and lightening my knots. So after bleaching the knots, I went in and washed and conditioned the hair and everything, but I didn't comb through it. I just kind of finger combed. That's why it looks a little crazy. But now I'm just going in and getting ready to put it under the dryer and form the actual closure area. So I'm using Motion's foam, setting foam, to comb everything out up top and make sure that the closure is laying the way that I want, or the hair is laying in the direction I want. So I'm pulling out the baby hairs and everything just to get it ready to go under the dryer. So after drying, I did take my bronzer and tint the lace a little bit, and this is where I'm going in to put the wig on and make sure all the baby hairs are pulled out from underneath the cap, and then defining that part by plucking a couple hairs. Because with curly wigs, it doesn't really just require you to, I don't want to say it doesn't require you to make it flat, but you have a little bit more leeway when it comes to doubling the wefts and making sure, you know, being able to flip the wefts and stuff like that, because it's not flat. Like if it was laying flat, and even with that being said, if I wore it straight back in a ponytail, it would still be flat. So that's neither here nor there. But with straight hair, you have to make sure that, you know, when you're flipping those wigs, which you probably shouldn't do, because the best wig is when you cut the wefts. Unfortunately, that's just from my experience. If you know something different, that's you. But for me, making wigs, the best way that I've made them to where they're just flat is when I cut the wefts. And that's just one of those things. You have to take that into account when you're spending that money. If you want to spend money on luxurious hair, or, you know, spend top dollar on hair, then maybe you shouldn't be cutting the whips, or maybe you shouldn't be creating a wig or whatever if you feel like you're going to take it out later. There's a lot of things to consider when you are making a wig or having a wig made. And the price of the hair is a big part of that consideration. But this hair, I would say, is pretty reasonably priced. Definitely reasonably priced because of, you know, the texture. And of course, with curly hair anyway, you're going to get some shedding. Like, you're just going to get shedding. So, like, if I pull, like I just pulled, I got one strand out. If I pull from over here, I got a strand or so out. But from what I've experienced, curly hair, it tends to shed. I mean, not like I'm just pulling out clumps or whatever. Like, that's like, no, sis, throw the bundle, throw the wig, throw it all away. Throw your head away, because you should not be pulling out clumps of anything and you're paying over $100, like, period. I would say that this hair is the bomb for the price that I paid for it. It was definitely affordable for 4 bundles, for the texture that you're getting, the fast shipping, all of that. Like, the shipping was very fast considering quarantine and all of this. And I actually did soak this hair in bleach, a cap full of bleach in water. I soaked this hair in for about an hour or so, because it came from China. So I was like, I'm not taking no chances. Let me just soak this hair and then I'll condition it after, really good afterwards, like deep condition it. So there was nothing wrong with the hair. Like, it's perfectly fine. I just went in and created the wig this weekend. It took me about half of a day to create it. I was thinking about putting, like, highlighting the tips or putting some blonde in it, but I'm really loving this natural black, because the last time I did it, I did put like a honey blonde on the end, and it was okay, but for my skin tone, I feel like it just, I don't know, it could have looked better. It looks a lot better with this dark hair. Like, I don't think I'm gonna touch this hair. And if I do decide to do something like that, then I'll be buying a whole nother set of hair. Shipping was fast. Everything was just really good. Like, I didn't have any issues at all. I really don't know what else to say about the hair. I saw a girl review this hair on YouTube, and that's really what made me. Her name is Sade Watkins or something like that. Did I just make up that name? I don't know, but I know her first name is Sade, and she is like, I just love her. Her aesthetic on her channel is very genuine. I just loved her energy, and then I loved the way she created her wig, and she's the one who inspired me to do the wig the first time I did the flip over method. So I still had some leave out, which you can do as well, is create the flip over method, or just create kind of like a half wig or whatever, to where you leave some of your hair out in the front and you pull back and make sure it's blended. Okay, we're gonna blend all up and through here, but that's where you sometimes run into a problem depending on the length of your hair and the texture of your hair. So this time I was just like, you know what, let me give me a little closure. I actually can switch this over to a side part if I want to, going backwards, or you can do a full lace frontal, you know, when you want to do a wig like that. But this hair is everything. I really don't have any complaints about it. It kind of falls on me as far as where the middle of my back. I think that's long enough. right now, I think this is comfortable for me as far as the length goes. I feel like this length is perfect for me. I wouldn't have gone any longer or any shorter because of just my frame, and it all depends because I've been very kind of like, ooh, girl, your face is fat, and with curly hair, your face looks fatter. So I'm just loving it. I'm loving it, and I hope you guys love it. I wanted to make this short and not too detailed, just information to provide to you guys, and a little snippet of how I kind of put this wig together. If you want a detailed video on how I make my wigs, or all the specifics and things like that, let me know in the comments. I know that there are a lot of people who want wigs made, which I don't mind making them, but I'm not like licensed or trained to make wigs. I just make wigs that accommodate my head, and I mean, I do a pretty good job, but I don't know. I want things to be the way that I want, and I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, she did it this way, and go back and look at somebody else's and be like, she didn't do it right. No, girl, this is just me and the way I do it. It works for me. If it don't work for you, then don't ask me to do it, okay? But trust and believe, this wig is going to last me for about at least a year. At least. But you have to be sure you're taking care of the hair, conditioning it, deep conditioning it, washing it, all of that. Making sure you're combing through it and getting all the kinks out, making sure you're not letting it mat up in the back. And I should make a separate video, kind of like halfway, for you guys to be able to see, where I'm at in a couple months and see, what happens. Because I have some hair from IC Beauty that I've had faithfully, and I still wear that wig. I wore that wig in my last video, in my last couple videos, actually. My last video, but the last video before that, of course, there was a bob there, and was that IC? That's IC Beauty hair too. So everything that I've worn has been IC, and it's crazy. It's my money I'm spending. I just believe in the hair, and I haven't had any bad experiences. So, you judge for yourself, but I'm a hair person. I love hair. I love weave. And if you take care of it, it will last. Now, if you just combing through it, fine tooth comb, and you just going through it and pulling out, baby, you don't even know how to take care of your own hair if you're doing that. You just need to let it go. Let's just go bald headed, okay? But I treat my weave, except for color. I won't be coloring my hair anymore. But outside of the color world, I treat my weave like I would treat my own hair, okay? Because that's money. You're spending money on this stuff here. Speaking of money, I spent a total of $220. I like to round my numbers, so $221 basically, for everything. And I don't feel like that is bad. Not the tools to make the wig, but I spent $220 on the hair itself. This is just me. After I've played with it, I have created a little bit of baby hairs, which you don't necessarily have to. The first time I've used a closure with curly hair, so I definitely wanted to make sure and kind of play with it a little bit. But yeah, if you are liking this hair, I'm going to put the link below to what I ordered. If you are wanting some affordable hair that looks luxurious, honey, giving me Beyonce, giving me her, giving me... I think Kelly Rowland wore some of this hair kind of like this before, that was just kind of like just Diana Ross almost. Yes, I'm loving this hair. I hope you like it, and if you do, I think that the hair is definitely, it's affordable as heck, and it's worth, the quality is very, very good. But just be sure to take care of it and give it the TLC you would give your own hair. Like, what? Why not? You could take the wig off and do whatever you got to do with it. There's no need for you to not. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and all of that. Comment, whatever. If you have any questions, go follow me on Instagram. Go follow me on Facebook. Go follow me. All of that. And subscribe, okay? I love you guys. And I will see you in my next video next week. Your girl is giving consistency, okay? And thank you. And thank you. Y'all, this lash. Use some of that stimulus money, okay? Get you some hair, okay? And I'm about ready. Like, what are you doing at this time of night? Disregard that. Don't even worry about that. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with my lashes lately. I don't know if it's my eye or what. Y'all know I'm sure by this time you've got that stimulus. Or if you see some weird but back to the video. It's late and I'm trying to get this video in, okay?
Get your home and get in the bed. What? But anyway.
Let me take a sip. With the wear of the hair. Yeah, I'm crazy. No kidding. Stimulus. I know how to speak. Hi, you're okay.
Sorry for that.
But yeah.
Cheers.